I'm a best, well, engineer, that random guy who putting him out, in some reviews, with automobiles, To be honest, I actually never thought of doing this video, to, to be honest, it is, well, probably quite late, but I thought it's probably time now. Those are just my personal thoughts about Far Cry 5. Sadly, no. Anyway, as I said again, those are my personal thoughts on Far Cry 5. Anyway, for those who don't know, which for some reason you were probably, I don't know, if you don't know about the game, you're probably living under the rock for like, I don't know, for like, centuries or something. But Far Cry 5 is the newest installment for Far Cry series. It takes place in America, i.e. Montana, Hope County. It's fictional place. Anyway, the protagonist it's basically more like FPS that is slightly became an RPG type of game. By that I mean that your character, you could customize your own protagonist. It could be she or it could be he. It could be anything. Okay, not anything, but you get it. Your protagonist, it's a customizable protagonist. Sorry, wait.
A friend of mine locked themselves in the reservoir trying to stop the cult from messing with the water. But even with all those supplies, they can't hold out forever.
For those who don't know, Far Cry 5... gotta repeat that all over again. Actually, wait. Let me get to the shop. Also, speaking of character customization that I was talking earlier and accidentally repeating, apologies for that. You could by the way customize not just your own weapons like SPAS-12 and other type of weapons. You could also customize your own character. You could also you could also add a mask. For example, like those masks that I got for the DLC. I know, they look disgusting. Well, I mean, for some, a real, I mean, here, for example, you could also put Watch Dogs wrench mask. I mean, it looks kind of cool, and if you remember Wrench from Watch Dogs 2, well, that's probably, I don't know, you probably would love to wear that. I would personally, but, even though I like Watch Dogs, it doesn't really grab me like Far Cry series did. You could also, add her with, special outfit, which is basically outfit from characters that you met, either in Far Cry 5, like Mary May, Grace, or from, DLC, like, soldiers from Vietnam, or soldier from, also from, American soldiers in Vietnam. You could also get, like, what do you call, those special outfits from DLC that you either can, either have to do challenges like score attack in on Dead Living Zombies, which is basically, it's basically cash grab only for weapons and making maps and basically for outfits. One of my favorite special outfits is probably Mary May, mostly because it has that, normal flannel shirt and, the little belt. There's also Amita from Far Cry 4, if you remember her. You could also, I don't know why, but you can dress also like Citra, walk around being like, you are the warrior. So every, like, American guy would just like, who the hell are you talking? It's not just that, it's not just, Far Cry characters, which you could dress up and role play as, I guess, but it's also, you could dress up as what do you call, as from, like, later Assassin's Creed. All you have to do is just own an Assassin's Creed game, which I do, but I own like 3, not like, it doesn't matter. I mean, I got it, like, in a weird way. Like, I didn't own what you call Origins. I own like, you know, Syndicate, Assassin's, what do you call that game? Well, another Assassin's Creed game, but again, as I Origins, which I don't own, which is quite strange, but I'm happy that I got it. Also, like, you know, signature weapons that have been finally made, like for example in Far Cry 4, there weren't any signature M79 grenade launchers. Now you have it, like sharpshooter. Personally, I don't like the color scheme of it. I mean, it looks okay, but who the hell wants to go with this? Probably like, I don't know, some guy who likes military sharks. But they also have, like, you know, Free State, which is SA50. There are also live events that you can get that probably finished, like that is finished from update 11. 1.11, update 1.11. Sorry for stubbornness, but anyway, it ended sadly because, you know, they probably don't care for monetizing or, you know, adding something new to Far Cry 5 anymore, mostly because of their crappy time schedule. Here's some weapons that you could customize. You could add suppressor. Well, some of them you can add, like suppressor to D50. Anyway, you could also get DLC weapons from like other DLC. From other DLCs, like M16, which is from Vietnam DLC, Hours of Darkness, M60V, which is M60 but with bipod. You could also get, like, you know, signature MP5 SD, Hours of Darkness. Probably one of the worst names that I've ever heard. You could also get truly unique weapons, like new model for the weapons, like Taser Spacer, Annihilator, Obliterator, Nut Hugger, Bulldozer, Hellfire, Nerve Reaper, Grape Popper, and yeah, that's it. But the thing is, those weapons are unique both because of their projectile and, yeah, damage. Some of them are, like, you know, they're really unique, but also quite overpowered if you see in the damage, and quite accurate. Well, most of the guns are. I mean, to be honest, my favorite from, like, you know, that gun section is probably, like, you know, Grape Popper, and yeah, that's it. Anyway, sorry for my thing. Anyway, there's also Dead Living Zombies items that you can also earn. Like, those are the first weapons that you get after installing it. BZ-19, which is not a signature, it's just, you know, new SMG added. To be honest, it's my favorite from Far Cry 4. I really like that SMG, mostly because how it looks. At the same time reminds me AK, but at the same time not. 6P9 or Makarov pistol has been also added. And as it's, like, you know, like every Far Cry game it's weak as shit. But those really good because, you know, headshots are, like, you know, well, I mean, it's quite weak as shit. If you, like, you know, screw up, you know, killing a guy with, like, you know, a pistol, you know, you're just screwed, or you won't get cash anymore. Or, you know, the reinforcements will come. You could also get, like, you know, how do you call them? Signature zombie weapons? I know, they just give up and just, you know, make it, like, you know, just, you know, have orange or yellow taint, like Shovel of the Dead. It's just, you know, has that zombie goo blood thing. Boom on a stick, it's just, you know, that zombie blood or goo, whatever you want to call it, just oozing out of Spas 12, and it's the same with, you know, BB2 or the Animator. One thing that I really don't like about this game is that it doesn't have any sharp weapons. I mean, fine, you could use shovel and kill people with it, but I want like a kukri knife, or that machete from Far Cry 3 or 2, or just a combat knife in general. I mean, I'm happy that they add like customizable melee weapons that you could also buy and use, but I just really want like a proper sharp melee weapon. Just like I like illuminating with them sometimes, but that's only sometimes. I really like just go up close and just stab them, like through their lungs, or through their throat. See that blood spitting out of their mouth. I love that animation. There's also some unique pistols. Well, unique. It's not really like it's an absurd. It's just you added pistols like M9. Looks cool. It's actually really cool looking pistol. P08, P08L. Those are like newly added item from the newest and probably the last update ever. Quite sad. Also about the guns, there's also more customizable options, a bit more. Like, remember how in Far Cry 4 you could add or at Far Cry 3 that you could add as a suppressor to Spas 12? Well, now you can't do. You could add suppressor to Spas 12. You could also add to literally any type of gun. Well, most of the guns. But also there's suppressor options, suppressor square. Again, they cost the same, but might look interesting and cool cosmetically. Yeah, you can change sights and things. All the good parts. They're also lately added some new shotguns. Well, not like just really long time ago, like 1887T. I'm happy to see 1887, but I would prefer 87. It looks old, slightly worn out, but I really like the sawed off version of from Far Cry 4. That looks okay, but it doesn't really grabs me. But hey, at least it does, at least it could, pretend to be, let's just say, the Omega fan, or I don't know, Omega soldier from from Far Cry 3. Anyway, I'll be back. Sorry, just give me a minute. Anyway, guys, sorry for this interruption. There was a mailman, or the courier. We just got fresh batch of mm, video game merch for products. It doesn't matter. Anyway, as I was speaking, they were adding new weapons in every life event. You could also unlock some of the weapons only gaining levels of resistance, which, yeah.
This game is sponsored by...
Right, stop, it's not. Also the Far Cry 5's progression is really new. Not in a way like, like how in every Far Cry game, it's it's just do this, and then you might progress to a new area, do main story missions, or basically do the main story. But in Far Cry 5, all you have to do is just do some of the missions in order just to make a character who controls that region angry, basically being pissed off about you destroying their properties, taking over their outposts, which is highlighted with this flag, doing resistance missions, and just do something to annoy them. If you annoy them to the point of boiling point, well then you have to kill them off. Shoot down, kill them off. I mean, this is how it basically works. You have to do this to each region, like Fate's region, for example. There's also some companions that you could get a buddy system, which was unique to Far Cry 2, which basically had mercenaries that you paid for, helping you out and stuff. You could also have pets. Well, not really pets, just fangs for hire, like Peaches, Cheeseburger, probably one of the well-loved companions. I mean Boomer is way more loved, but I love Cheeseburger, to be honest. This is pretty much the companions. I mean, yeah, they have decent selection, but probably has probably one of the shittiest characters that you probably hate. One thing about not gonna lie, but this is quite unique. The progression system, and some of the companions, well, most of them at least. But again, nothing special. It's just casual Far Cry, but with more melee weapons and more guns, which is kind of funny because at of its updates, it probably has less guns than it. I mean, sure, they did have not a lot of options, not a lot of bullpup type of guns, or just a lot of guns. But town's just so small. Like Jolly is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. I mean, they add new guns to gun selection, which is not a bad thing, but how it added straight away. I mean, every Far Cry game had already guns. Straight away had guns, a lot of guns. I mean, some of them were added in DLC, but again, it's in DLC. I'm talking about Far Cry 4's what do you call, Herc Redemption, or basically the DLC where you have to work with Herc to get either the harpoon gun or some of the new signature guns. Anyway, this way you just get a lot of random guns, and yeah, that's it. That's it pretty much. There's also perks that you can earn but unlike in previous Far Cry games, those are earned either in challenges, sadly not in, you know, leveling up or something like that. Sadly not anymore. God, I miss those times. Yeah. Anyway, here's some challenges you could do, like you could kill a lot of, like, you know, challenges like, you know, a lot of kills, melee kills, handgun kills, shotgun, SMG, assault rifle, and you know, every weapon that you have ever imagined. Well, most of the weapons. There's no like burst or, you know, anything like that. But also there's some, like, you know, those type of perks, you know, death from above, death from below, those type of kills, which are quite awesome, I should say. There's also multiplayer now. Well, I mean, they did had, like, you know, in every like in most Far Cry games, like 3 and 4, but that one's unique because it actually features a character, not like, you know, a faction from, like, you know, from kind of like Call of Duty type of games, like, you know, like for example Black Ops 3, you have to either fight against Navy SEALs or the Chinese, or either the mercenaries deployed by a global terrorist. But with that, you could be yourself, your own character that you create, that you not really created, but just, you know, made the looks, you know, basically just to customize it. And yeah, you could use them. You could do random stuff. You could also, you know, do random maps. You know, hunt, kill, outposts, whatever you prefer. But there's also team deathmatch. Yeah, pretty much. Also, the DLC adds, you know, new interesting items to, you know, to Far Cry Arcade, like, you know, making new maps, or you know, items like houses, dead corpses around, or goo, or new structures. They also added some structures, or, you know, things from other Ubisoft titles like Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, obviously, and yeah, pretty much. It's quite awesome, to be honest. It's quite awesome, even though it wasn't the main point of, you know. I mean, the thing is, Ubisoft wanted that Far Cry Arcade was like, you know, the main point. Shut up, bastard. Like, Far Cry Arcade was supposed to be, like, you know, the main point of you know, Far Cry multiplayer, basically. But they're wrong. It's also the story that is, you know, the most important. Yeah. Which is another reason why they pretty much failed straight away. Just straight up failed. Sorry, wrong button. You can also customize, I don't know if you forgot about it, you can also customize your own vehicles. Like some of them, you can also unlock some of them. Sorry, let me sell them. Well, some of them you can customize. You can mostly add bubble heads, or add, like, you know, paint jobs. There's also some that are quite awesome, that they just add straight away, like, you know, LMG controlled from your, you know, from the car. I think you have to pay for the ammo. Well, at least I think, but probably not for, like, you know, a golden room car. You don't have to pay for that, like, you know, for LMG ammo, or, you know, put up your own ammo for, you know, to have fun with it. I mean, I think you can pay for it, but that's probably mostly with Surface to Surface, which is a newly added, latest added new car, which is basically a rocket controlled car that has at the same time a what do you call, a gun at the back, but also rockets that you can shoot. Which, by the way, for those of you who have to pay. There's another also new added car. It's really cool. I like it. You could also get like DLC vehicles like those ones are from Vietnam. Mounted machine gun, and you don't get anything from Mars, from Lost on Mars, but you do get one from Dead Living Zombies. It's just a tractor. There's also some pre-order cars, items, and weapons that you could get, like American Muscle Car. Like you have to get like you have to pay for what do you call the special pack where you get like a few new weapons, pistols, and what do you call that sidearm? The Outlaw D2. You could also get some from Ubisoft Club, like Hope County's Muscle. It's decent, like it doesn't grab me or yeah. There's also one new quad Big Game Hunter. Again, also comes with pre-order. Some vans, cars, like your Doomsday Prepper van, because why not prepare for the Doomsday, or fight off some undead zombies, or Dead Living Zombies with it, even though they never made this intentional. So this Far Cry 5 in basically modifications and showcase of weapons, what do you call, clothes, outfits, special outfits, whatever you want to call them, on cars. It's basically kind of like becoming like GTA, but you're still a good guy. I mean, you still can kill, but it won't reduce it won't reduce any of your cash or anything. All it does is just makes it just a huge jackass who just shoots everything. You're basically just an ass if you shoot everyone. Well, except cultists. You're actually a good guy. Anyway, I forgot to tell you the story. The story is that you're a deputy from Hope County, and you have to rescue every deputy that got captured, and Marshall. Not really. He actually got blissed enough so that so much that he dies. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But you do rescue your buddies, or Hope County's deputies, sheriff, White Horse, and yada yada yada. In the story, you were supposed to arrest Joseph Seed, who's the main villain of the game. He's he's basically a cult leader. He's also responsible for multiple kidnappings, murders, suicides, or something. Yeah, pretty much. It's just not as good, to be honest. I get the idea. It's supposed to be like religion type of thing, type of cult, but the way that the game acted out and just show they're not good guys. They knew that apocalypse has started, and I mean they knew that apocalypse will be coming soon in Hope County. World would be screwed. Okay, but yeah. Anyway, the main villain, who's Joseph Seed, he is basically, again, the main villain. Not the most interesting one. He's actually way lower than any villains that you ever heard, or even seen. Like Vastin Pigman can just beat him, just straight away beat him. Do you realize how bad it is? They show that they tried to sympathize with Joseph, of how awful their life was, how awful was Faith's, Jacob's life was, but but at the same time, you can't sympathize with them since they're still messed up cold, pretty much, and it will be pretty much like part of the game. So again, even though they made religion only to believe something like to get through their crappy lives, they're still pretty much bad guys. So it doesn't really matter. Inventory. Now if you want what's bad about this game? Now let's get to the juicy parts. I really like how they made events adding new weapons and some cars. I mean, to be honest, I prefer a game that gives you straight away instead of adding more gigabytes to basically make the game either expensive or either just too big to either fit your fit your PS4, let's just say. But again, I kind of like it, even though it's probably quite really bad. Like, I like some of the weapons they add. Like they added back 1887. They add D50. They add some of the guns, but not all of them. Like harpoon gun. I mean, I don't understand. It's only exclusive in Kirat, but I love that gun. Or 887. I mean, 87T is okay, but I don't want. But seriously, I like the sidearm more than actual two-handed shotgun. I mean, I like to be honest, I really like the 1887T, but again, it doesn't grab me. I mean, I like 87 more than this. Not a bad shotgun, just it doesn't really grab your attention, at least my attention. I mean, they add some more of the guns, like MP34, which is not the worst addition, but do you really want to go out with the World War II SMG all the time? I mean, I really like the new ARC of the guns, for this matter. I just sometimes don't understand cultists, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, I like some of the new guns they add. I also like how they add some of the new outfits, but that's the thing. The reason why they don't like, but again, I don't prefer it. I really like I really like the whole, location. Like, I really like Hope County and how some of the locations are unique. Like, I really love Falls End, also because it has this spread eagle sign, huge, neon sign. I really love, this place. I really like Falls End. I mean, that's like a few only good things that I could think about it. Like, characters are maybe good, but again, you can't really sympathize, either because you're heartless or don't care about your AI characters at all. Now to about bad part of the game. I don't like the story. Like, I think it's okay, I guess. I mean, at first it's alright, when you think about it, but the way it's been written, it's just horrendous. Like, you remember me talking about, or rambling about how Joseph Seed isn't that good? Well, they didn't even try to make the Cold Demon show they're not bad guys, trying to just show people that apocalypse is coming or something like that. They didn't. It just still shows how awful and evil the cult is. It's just all bad writing. It also spoilers alert, by the way. So for those who didn't play Far Cry 5 and finished it, which I recommend to finish it off, until you get, you know, to Juicy Point. That is the ending to the game. It's just so unrewarding. Like, after everything you've done, well, actually, well, yeah. I mean, after all you've done, you helped a guy, you know, get his wife to the hospital, and you know, they had a baby, and you became godmother or godfather, depending on your on the character's gender that you picked for your protagonist. It's just, or helping out the town, helping out Mary May, helping out everyone in the region, try to get that stash. Whatever you do, you morally won't feel right, or you know, you won't be feel rewarded. In fact, somewhere at the end of the game, you literally have only 2 endings, kind of like Far Cry 4, but there's actually multiple, well, a bit more. Like, you know, you could either kill him, pick him in a helicopter, or you know, straight in if you like, you know, came in, or you know, let him live, or you know, pick the secret ending. I mean, there is still another secret ending, but it's not that good. Like, not even good at all. Your buddies. Oh, sorry, I meant those buddies. No, not companions that you made. The deputy buddies. Like you can only leave with them, and the rest will be left to, you know, Josie to do whatever, you know, his religion, you know, whatever he wants, using, like, you know, his religion as a reason why, you know, you need to do this, or you know, kill that person, or yeah, you get it. You won't ever have a duck if you won't work hard enough. You slut. There's another ending, which is probably what I call the good, with exclamation marks with it, the good ending. It's basically you with your buddies. Most of them are possessed, so you have to, like, you know, hit them all or kill them all. Again with exclamation mark. Basically, you know, to return to their senses, pick them up, and they'll fight beside you. While Joseph Seed, for some reason, every time respawns. Yeah, like you just, you know, hit him in the nuts with you know, with your leg, and then slap the hell out of him with the bolted pipe, and he's still like, you know, still spawns. Alright, you know, okay, but you know, with a crappy weapon, ARC pretty much. I mean, they're not, but you get it. And then after you defeat and you arrest him, you basically, you know, then you could just, you know, sort of like came in. So, there's also, which is probably North Korea. I mean, Far Cry developers said that it was probably North Korea, like, you know, setting up the nuke to, you know, blow up America pretty much. Well, at least Hope County, I think. Well, only in Hope County, and that's it. You also have to, like, you know, drive through hell. That is basically the Hope County which half became. And yeah, and yeah, when you get to Dutch's bunker, which is the bunker that you've been saved by a guy named Dutch, your friends suddenly will you'll fall off from your car. Well, you'll fall off from the road. Basically, got into a car accident, and for some reason, somehow, Joseph, uncuffed, has taken you, not your buddies, for some reason. Like, seriously, he's just an ass. No, I mean, seriously, he just takes you and leaves your buddies to die in, you know, radioactive hell of Hope County. Can you just shut up for a minute? Sorry, let me get a better space. Hello, my childhood house. Love that place.
God, dude, the cafe.
Anyway, when you get to the bunker, when you like, you know, the guy who's right that the end of the world is real. Like, fine, well done to you, but why did you take me? Only, well, I'm the reason. I'm the reason why I started. I'm the reason who. Well, another reason why I started the resistance and kind of like a revolution type of thing. And yeah, it kind of makes sense. But can you at least take other buddies? Not just me. You do have. We do have more handcuffs. Handcuff. Prisoners, or baddies who did a lot of bad things and yada yada yada. I don't understand why he left us. I do understand in a way, like Ubisoft tries to show just for the microphone thing. I do get it. They try to show you can't solve anything with everything with a bullet or shotgun shell or whatever you have. I get it, but seriously, I worked hard for this. I'll help this guy to get it. Yeah, his pregnant wife to the hospital. I helped. Basically, you helped people around here. You helped the Whitetail Militia in Jacob's region, and you get this: a huge flipper of a nuke, just right in your face. Like, come on, Ubisoft.
Ubi.
Whatever we pronounce that, I don't really care. But come on, I worked hard, literally hard. Helping out this guy, helping everyone, and that's it. You just get this. Now to the DLCs. Wait, let me see if it quit. Some of them are good, the DLCs. Well, some of them are, but again, they're not like.
Hey, Ricard, can you put DLCs for us?
But again, most of them are not that good. The only DLC that I find decent enough is Vietnam, but again, which takes a protagonist named Redler. Well, I don't know his first name, but his name is Redler, and he's pretty much the NPC from Far Cry 5, a veteran NPC. In Hours of Darkness, you basically play a young version of him, fighting off, Vietnamese, killing, those little commies who think that communism is right. It's basically just, Vietnam War during the Cold War, or after the Cold War. I should really read some history books a bit more. You could also build up Redler's reputation, he's a badass veteran, or just general jackass who's just survived the horrors of the war. It was a horrible war. Also, Mars takes, well, obviously in the Mars, but you play as Necry, which is one of the companions or buddies that you could earn by either either helping out his mission to get the guy and having flying around, destroy some choppers for you. Yeah, and you play as him. Sadly, he does have his grandfather's plane, and he's been teleported to Mars by presumably his cousin Herc. Yeah, remember that guy? Yeah, he's quite annoying. And you have to it's not the worst, but it's you know how most of Ubisoft games were made bad also because climbing towers, boring enemy design is just two or either one, just pure one, and just not interesting story itself. one thing that I like about this DLC, that is retro future. Like basically, it's kind of it doesn't feel like, you know, what do you call it, Blue Dragon, but it just still feels like, you know, retro. Also, I really like how again I said that like you know, in weapon selection, what do you call, in, you know, weapon select, what do you call, Lost in Mars weapon selection, they made new weapons that look interesting and cool. That is, by the way, it doesn't require any ammo, but in Lost in Mars, I think it requires a long time to basically, how do you say that, cool down, so that, you know, you can get full ammo capacity. But anyway, that's like the only things that I like about this DLC. This DLC, as I said earlier, it's probably one of this DLC that just make Ubisoft look bad and just worry game studio in general. You know how at the start of Far Cry 5 they made, like, you know, a joke about, like, you know, climbing towers, which you don't have to just walk around to you know, finally see some area or just, you know, talk to people in general. Well, they did it. They did it again. You have to climb towers. Climb towers to get, like, you know, body parts for, like, you know, Herc or for the AI that you work with, to, you know, basically defeat aliens. Again, aliens are not like, you know, holy damn or holy hell. They're just boring. I mean, they look menacing and interesting, to be honest, but they're just not interesting. They're just plain boring design. I mean, you find a queen, it's just the same thing, but just slightly larger, and it's a she. You also find those things that look like Velociraptor, sorry, Pterodon or pterodactyls, basically alien pterodactyl type of crap things, and again, they're quite annoying. They're literally quite annoying. There are some missions that are memorable and decent enough, and they make you actually play the game, but like that, it's not a good DLC. To be honest, if you want to buy it, if you want to try it out, you go with it, but I can't really recommend. It's not as good. And now we will have the final DLC. God, I really hate those cheesy type of thing, but you know, this is what Ubisoft is really good with. To be honest, this is probably one of the DLC that I sort of enjoy. Like, like, you know how every, like, most of, like, this is the only DLC that doesn't have, like, you know, maps, or it doesn't have maps that you could, you know, go to, or, you know, basically, you know, fast travel. It's basically all levels, but some of the levels are unique, like Fields of Terror are just fields, farm fields. Bird Bridge is just a huge bridge. That was just a church. That was just a rooftop. Well, you get it. There's also some interesting, like, you know, spin-offs or kind of like Easter eggs, like the Fast and the Fiendish, which is basically Fast and Furious. I mean, that's the only like title I could remember. There's also more Easter eggs, like that shock. I mean, some of them are just, you know, stripped out movies, basically about zombies. It's basically DLC from like 1990s type of thing, and it's not that good. I mean, it's okay, but the only reason why you will buy this is either for map editor, or you know, it's basically only to create some interesting maps with it, like in arcade. That's the only reason why you would buy it. Another reason why you would buy is either to have some fun, or basically, you know, play another version that looks kind of like a Black Ops Zombies type of thing. Well, in a way it is. I mean, you can respawn, but if you die, I mean, you can't respawn. You basically die. I mean, you can respawn, but only if one of your buddy alive. There's no rounds, but there is timers. So yeah, you have to like you have to like, you know, let's just say you have to like, you know, time it everything perfectly, and then the kills and you know the kills, and yeah, that's it pretty much. That's it. That's what some of those score attacks are. Those are just, you know, modes that you can, you know, do that basically gives you the, you know, some of the stuff, some of the free zombie stuff with the, with the, it's basically just, you know, kill some zombies and you get like, you know, the rewards for the main campaign. And some special outfits that you could get. Only if you get high score or something like that. There's some that are quite difficult, like the only map that I find difficult, or you know, level design that I found difficult is probably Escape from Rooftops. It's actually one of the, for me it's kind of like one of the difficult, like I died a few times and I could get it. Like I mean, I sometimes like Ubisoft for making some of their games like, no, hard and stuff, but it's just, you know, not like that amazing. Like it doesn't feel that good. It's mostly annoying. Like, it's quite annoying at times, like, though, how even though it was supposed to be simple, it was actually hard. I mean, they weren't that bad, but they're really disappointing. Really kind of disappointing. The story for it isn't, you know, as bad. I mean, the thing is, the reason why most people were disappointed with this DLC is mostly because they thought that it was kind of like, you know, a DLC for Far Cry 5's, you know, what do you call that? I don't really have the word for it. It's basically, you know, continuation of, you know, the story which you know, for Far Cry 5, like, you know, after the apocalypse, I think, which they thought that this is what it is, but this is what you get. It's basically a story about a guy about what do you call that guy? He's basically a director, but a really, like, no, out of his mind. Like, you know, he's just, you know, not he's not my favorite character, to be honest. I actually hate this character a lot. And yeah, there we go. Oh, there's some new enemies that were added in this DLC, like the behemoths, which is basically a crazy huge zombie that is basically, it's basically a huge lump of shite created into a bigger lump of shite, which is a quite hard lump of shite, I should say. There's also hotheads, which is basically, you know, a guy that has like the heads basically opened, and yeah, that's it. Also, there's some people say that, you know, that the Galgors that are basically, you know, normal zombies, are basically just reskin of angels, which are zombified people in main game of Far Cry 5. To be honest, there's actually a difference. Angels do act maybe like zombies, but the thing is, they have melee weapons, and they act different. They just stand there, and that's it. But in that mode, they just, you know, they can be, they're like, they act like zombie. I mean, seriously. I mean, I know that in a way they do have some sort of, like, you know, AI type of number numbers or what the hell am I saying? I mean with that I do agree they're in a way similar, but they're not the same AI. They're being reused or recycled for for this DLC. So yeah, it's basically not true. It's a lot. It's really different. It's actually a different. Wait. Okay, I failed it. Wait. God damn it. God damn it. Again, as I said, I'm not that good with this mode, so yeah. Again, some of them are hard, but which I mean I do understand, but it's just pure hard and just not amazing. Anyway, just to mention, which is quite obvious, but in co-op, it's really fun. Shoot around some zombies. It's really simple, but it's it's really fun. If you want to do a story or a score attack with your friend, try to get that item, like every normal person. Anyway, those are, let's just say, my thoughts for the game. To be honest, do I recommend the game? Well, yes, I only recommend the main game and maybe the Vietnam DLC. I mean, again, not really Vietnam DLC, but I mean, if you want to try something new in Far Cry. But like that, again, the Far Cry 5 isn't that good. I mean, some of its contents are okay, are interesting. Like, I really like some of the DLC, like some of them are okay. I really like the main game itself, but again, it's just quite lazy, to be honest. Like they had time. They had time to create like they had time to pick up better writers or writers for the story, but this is what they went. A really crappy designed story with that doesn't make really much sense if you look into way deeper, really deep into the game and stuff. To be honest, I would recommend to buy the normal version of the game, but the DLC is not really. Maybe for the bars, if you want unique some of the new weapons, but again, not really much amazing, not really much to see. They're all same, but they do have different projectile and maybe even scopes. And yeah, that's it. Anyway, those are, let's just say, my thoughts on the game. I hope you enjoyed. Probably gonna make another video, but more, let's just say, more, what's that word again? God damn it.
Interesting.
Maybe more interesting and more proper, kind of talk about it, why it's not that good, or my opinions on the game. If you want my opinion, I think the game is okay, but again, the writing really ruined it. In fact, I really love Far Cry series mostly because of the story, not just weapons or arcade or multiplayer, whatever you prefer to call it. I just yeah. It just doesn't really it's not bad, but trust me, it could have been a lot worse. Anyway, thank you for watching, I guess. Again, thank you. Leave a like or subscribe. Click the bell notification if you want to see Soviet serious Soviet series review, and yeah. You can also follow my brother on Instagram, or my boss, or also on Twitter. Yeah, anyway, guys, I hope you had a good time, and again, as I said, I hope you actually had like a good time with this, or I don't know, like an idea of what Far Cry 5 is. It's not a bad game, but DLCs it's just not that good. It's yeah, right. It's kind of like doo doo.
A tree.
No, they're not really trash. Anyway, leave your thoughts on this comment, and again, leave a like, and leave a like. Click the bell notification if you want, if you want to be notified with, with this channel. And yeah, follow my brother on Instagram and Twitter, aka the boss. I mean, he's literally my boss. Anyway, have a good time, and don't worry, we will make newer and better video about criticism about basically my thoughts about some games. I'm probably gonna remake Far Cry 5 since it was as detailed, which yeah, I will. I probably will if we get if this video will be watched, like it'll get a lot of views or something. Anyway, I hope you had a good time. Have a good. Anyway, I hope you. Thank you for watching, and as always. Stay cool.